Here we're asked to create a table of values for the function and its inverse relation. So first let's just create a table of values for this function. It's giving us a function. It wants to know what is y, or what is f of x, when we substitute each of those values in for x. So let's go through a few of them. So this is my function, and they want me to substitute in -3 for x. So wherever there's an x, I'm going to put a -3. And I'm going to put that in parentheses so that when I enter this in my calculator knows to put -3 squared. That is -3 times -3, which is 9. And 9 minus 4 is 5. So when I substitute -3 in for x, f of x, or y, equals 5. So let's do another one. Now let's substitute in -2 for x. So -2 squared is 4, minus 4 is 0. When I do -1 in for x, -1 squared is 1, minus 4 is -3. When I put 0 in for x, 0 squared is 0, minus 4 is -4. And one more here, 1 in for x, we have 1 squared, which is 1, minus 4 is -3. Now let's find the inverse of this function. I'm just going to write it as y equals x squared minus 4. Our first step is to switch the x and the y. So wherever there's a y, I'm going to put an x. Wherever there's an x, I'm going to put a y. Now I'm going to start to solve this for y. So I'm going to add 4 to both sides, and then to get y by itself, I need to undo this square, and I do that by doing the opposite of squaring, which is to take the square root. So I'm going to take the square root of both sides. So I can rewrite this as y equals the square root of x plus 4, or the inverse notation, you put a little -1 up there. So this is our inverse function that we can then use to find some points. However, for this question, we don't even need to use this inverse function. We'll do it to test it a bit, but I want to show you how you can find the corresponding points. All you do for the inverse function, the point, you switch the x and y. So the x is now 5, the y is -3. The x is 0, the y is -2, and so on. And if you'd like, you could check it. So let's pick a point. Let's pick this -4, 0. So we want to put -4 in for x. So it would be -4 plus 4, and see if that equals 0. Well, -4 plus 4 is 0. The square root of 0 is 0. So that works. Let's test one more. Let's try this one. If we put 0 in for x, so wherever there's an x, I'm going to put a 0, and 2 in for y. Let's see if this is true. 0 plus 4 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. So that works as well. So you come up with your table of values, and then you can switch those xy values to give the xy coordinates of your inverse function.